We are now starting on Chapter 5 of The Cage. May 1940. The gates of the ghetto in Lodz are shut tight. 180,000 Jewish men, women, and children are herded together inside a barbed wire cage. Unemployment, hunger, disease. They come together and spread their pain and misery. The Nazis order all machinery surrendered to them. No more factories. No more jobs. Mothers look helpless, with tears in their eyes at the faces of their hungry children. Fathers, angry and frustrated, spend their days looking for work, only to find all doors closed to them. Lost, bewildered children move about, wondering what to do with all their free time. Vacation is long over, but no schools are open for the children of the ghetto. They play a new game, escape from the Germans. They form two groups, Jews and Germans. The idea is not to get caught by the Germans trying to find and kill the Jews. A Judenrat, a Jewish council appointed by the Nazis and watched over by them, governs the ghetto. Despair turns the people against them. An outcry, "March to the Judenrat," reaches the homes. It spreads swiftly over the ghetto and brings thousands of people out of their crowded rooms into the lines of a march for life. Mama, Motel, Leibel, Moshi, and I join the march. Many others join on our way. "We want work," people shout. "We want jobs for our mothers and fathers. We want food for our hungry children. We want bread. We want to live." Voices of young and old form one desperate outcry. We reach our destination, the Judenrat. The marchers grow louder and angrier. Schools, bread, jobs. They chant in one voice. After hours of shouting, the doors to the Judenrat office is finally opened. People ask for a delegation to present the issues to the Judenrat to try to find a way to ease the problems. The March for Life does bring results. Kitchens to supply soup and bread, hospitals, schools, factories. In a short time, the ghetto has its own well-organized government under the dictatorship of Chaim Rumkowski, a man hungry for power and wealth. But the soup kitchens, schools, and hospitals do not last very long. Again, hunger and disease take over and spread in the crowded ghetto. Tuberculosis and dysentery hit every home and spread like wildfire, taking hundreds of lives daily. My little brother Label contracts tuberculosis. Confined to his bed, he stays alone all day, waiting for the moment when the door will finally open and Mama, Motel, and Moshiel and I return home from a long day at the tailor shops, bringing him love and some soup that we all saved for him for our rations at work. Now the Nazis have taken away our factory. We work at several shops. I work at the same shop as Mama. Together, we sew German military coats all day long. My back bends over from the weight of the heavy coats. My fingers bleed from the stabbing and piercing of the sharp needles. My body aches. I wish I could rest for a while, just a little while. The needle slips slowly out from my young, inexperienced fingers and rests angrily in the coat on my lap. "Do not stop now," says the sharp needle. "Keep going. Hold me tighter. Work, work, work. If you want to live, work, work." Startled, I put my fingers tighter around the needle and work. I feel anger rising within me, a small voice trying to get out and shout at all those tired souls around me. "Look at us, look at us. Look what we are sewing. Coats for Germans to wear at the front, to keep them warm so they stay healthy. And kill, kill, kill." But the angry voice within me does not reach my lips. It remains shouting inside of me. I look at Mama working next to me, her face pale and sad. Her tears flowing silently over her sunken cheeks bring a stabbing pain to my heart. I feel her anguish. It is Leibel. She is crying for the sweet, gentle child she has to leave, sick, cold, and lonely at home. I still hear the doctor's voice. "I am so sorry. I wish I could do something for him. I wish I could help. He has tuberculosis. He needs good food, fresh air, better living conditions, medicine. Maybe then he would have a chance." But my little brother has no chance. He is only 13. He lies in his bed all day long, dreaming of Mama's warm touch, her smile. It is cold at home. There is no coal or wood left to keep the house warm. The wooden partition used to separate the kitchen from the bedroom has long since been taken apart and used for firewood. Even some of the furniture has been burned. Leibel looks all day at the frost-covered windows and the pretty, icy flowers Mother Nature paints. He marvels at their beauty while dreaming of a better tomorrow. He is such a sensitive child. We have to force him to take an extra share of bread, a little more soup. He pleads, "Don't give me your food. You will all get sick. It will not help me to get well." Mama touches his face and whispers, "You will get well. This nightmare will end soon. You will get well again. He wants so much to believe those words. He wants so much to live. He cuddles close to Mama and whispers, I love you so very much. He wipes the tears from Mama's cheeks. Many evenings I sit at the edge of his bed. I tell him what is happening in our barbed wire cage, what life is like outside his room, at the shop, at our secret study groups. Labelle, I say, there are no more schools for us here. We cannot let the Nazis destroy our minds. Some of us have formed secret study groups. If we have no teachers, we will teach one another. He listens with interest to my every word. His eyes shine. I speak to him of a tomorrow that is coming for all of us. This day will come, my darling brother. You'll see, you'll see. We'll walk out of this cage, free to build a new life, a new world. No more hunger, freedom, happiness, a world of brotherhood, a world of love and peace. He takes my hand in his, looks into my eyes, searching for the answer, and whispers, Will I live to see that day? Do I have a chance? I hold him tightly, kiss his light brown hair, and try to sound strong, positive. I say, You will live. We will all survive. Now I look at Mama, and I wish I could find words to ease her pain. She wants so much to be with her sick child, to hold him, to comfort him. The harsh, metallic shrieking of the sewing machines fills the air. I look at the human skeletons bending over machines, pushing the pedals with their last bit of strength. Is there a tomorrow for them? Is there a tomorrow for me? Suddenly, screams fill the crowded room. People run, their eyes filled with terror and despair. I run too. On the floor I see stretched out, hardly breathing, a young man. His eyes are closed, his face ashen, his hands pressed against his heart. From his lips, blood silently flows over his bony chin and forms one big black spot on the wooden floor. I look with horror at the blood of his dying lungs, leaving his body. His eyes flash at last, desperate cry for help. Then they close forever. His body is removed. The dark, ugly spot formed by the blood of his lungs remains. It says to me, This is what is waiting for you, for your mother, for your brothers. I cover my mouth to hold back my screams. I run to Mama's arms. The shrieking and crying of the sewing machines fill the air again. Chapter 6. September 1942. The ghetto walls are closing in. Terror and panic fill every home. Nazis are inside the ghetto, taking away the sick, the old, and the children. The streets are deserted. The deadly silence is broken by the sound of Nazis marching and their commands. Jews out! Jews out! Sudden, horrified cries let us know that the messengers of death are here. Mama stands near Label's bed, caressing with trembling hands his delicate, pale face. His frightened eyes search Mama's face, looking for an answer. How can he be safe from the Nazis? They want to take him from us. There are hospitals, better places for the sick and old, they say. They will not take you, my child. They will not take you, Mama says with determination. Motel, she calls frantically. Open the trapdoor to the cellar. Rifkill, get blankets. Moshi, bring pillows. We are hiding Label. The Nazis will not get him. Motel opens the trapdoor to the cellar, which is used for storage. We throw the blankets and pillows on the clay floor. Mama places Label gently on the pillows and closes the cellar door. We cover the trapdoor with a rug and put a table and chairs over it. I look at Mama, the horror in her eyes. The ashtray color of her face fills me with panic. Please, Mama, I beg. Hide with Label in the cellar. You look sick. Please don't go out now. Motel and Moshiel take her by the hand. Please, Mama, stay here with Label. No, my children, I must go outside with you. Maybe they won't search the house if they see a family walking together. They don't know we have a sick child. Maybe Label will have a chance. She whispers a silent prayer. Jews out. Everyone out. Line up. Faster. Faster. German commands mix with the whistling sound of their whips. Scared and trembling, people come out from all the apartments. Some older people are dragged by the Nazis. We line up together. Mama, Motel, Moshiel, and I. I press Mama's hand. I feel her body trembling, see her fearful eyes fixed on the door of the house. I stare at Mama's worn, tired face. The lovely, gentle face has lost all trace of liveliness. Her pretty blue eyes are red and swollen from sleepless nights and endless tears. Her dark hair is woven with gray now. I want to scream, scream, scream. Our line is moving forward. Right, left, left, command the Nazis. How easy it is for them to separate families. Faster, Jews. You, old man, to the left. You, right. Motel and Moshi are in front of Mama. The Nazi looks closely at them. I hold my breath. Motel is 15, Moshi only 11. They hold their heads high, trying to look older. To the right, he says after a moment. Or was it a lifetime? They are safe. Mama is before me. Her eyes are glued to the house. The Nazis are searching our apartment. What work do you do? Asks the Nazi. She does not answer. She cannot speak. She pulls out her workman's card. She is head instructor at a tailor shop. She's an excellent worker and is needed, says the card. He gives her a cold stare. You can't work. You are sick. Left. He pushes her aside. We run after her. She holds us for a split second, the last time. The soldiers pull us back. Our screams don't bother them. They push her into the waiting wagon. We run towards the wagon, pleading, begging, please let her go. She is a young woman. She is not sick. Mama stretches her loving arms towards us. Motel is standing near the wagon, calling, Mama, jump! Mama, jump! She is trying to jump into Motel's arms, but the two steel hands of a ghetto policeman hold her back. Motel tries to pull her away from the policeman, pull her off the wagon. The policeman kicks him to the ground and speeds up the wagon. I hear Mama's agonizing scream, and the wagon disappears from sight. Moshel and I help Motel up. He is bleeding. I wipe the blood with my sleeve. We stare at one another in shock. 3 bewildered kids in the middle of an empty world. Label, is he safe? I heard Moshel's voice. We run to the house. The table and chairs are in the same place over the trap door. They did not find the cellar. We pull the trapdoor open. Label is safe. How do you tell a sick child that he has no mother? How do you tell it to yourself? I am 16 and I feel so lost and helpless. We do not have to say anything to Label. He reads it in our faces. His eyes grow bigger and bigger. His mouth twists in pain. He whispers, No, no. I put my arms around him, pressing him tightly to me. Cry, darling, cry. With his hot tears pouring over my face, I know I am no longer a 16-year-old girl. I am a mother now. For days, the 4 of us hardly eat or sleep. We huddle together on Mama's bed and cry. Outside, the days are warm and sunny. I look at the sky and wonder, how can the sun still shine? Chapter 7. Slowly, life in the ghetto begins again. With the help of friends, I manage to get a job that I can do from the house. From a rug factory, I receive scraps of fabric, which I braid and roll into large rolls to be used in the makings of rugs for the Germans. As a home worker, I lose the right to the daily soup given at the factory, but I get to stay home with Label and care for him. Motel and Moshel save their portions of soup until they come home at 5. We all share their soup for dinner. Label's conditions worsens, and the gallstones that I developed 2 years ago cause painful attacks. With Mama's love and care, the pain was easier to endure, but we try to comfort each other with our devotion. My legs swell up more and more, but there is nothing I can do about it. I try to keep my brothers from noticing it. They cannot help. Why make them worry? One morning, as I get out of my bed, my legs buckle. I lose my balance and fall back against the bed. I feel silly and try to smile. Startled, Label looks at me from across the room, but seeing my embarrassed smile, he makes a joke out of it. Well, well, my sister is drunk today. I bet you can't walk a straight line from your bed to mine. Oh, so you're a wise guy now? I stand up, but my legs give way again and I fall to the floor. We stop smiling. I try to hide my fear. Well, you win, I am drunk. You must be very tired. You have to rest a little more today. Label's eyes are filled with worry. I pull myself up and get back to bed. Several hours later I try and fall again. My feet refuse to hold me up. Day after day I keep trying. Day after day I keep falling. Motel tries to get a doctor to come to the house. No luck. Our neighbor, Mrs. Avner, shriveled and hardly holding herself up, looks on us daily. Her son-in-law, Moshi, spends the evenings with us, trying to keep up our spirits. It is heartbreaking to see the fear in Label's eyes. Now that I am his mother, will he lose me too? Rifkil, please eat my bread. It will help you get stronger, he pleads. I refuse. He gets angry with me, but he finally gives in and eats his meager portion of bread. One evening, Moishel, his blue eyes shining, bends over my bed, his hands hidden behind his back. Close your eyes and open your mouth. What are you up to? I ask. Come on, listen to him. Motel and Label join in. Open your mouth, close your eyes. Trust us. They are excited and very mysterious. All right, I'll play your game. I open my mouth slightly. Moshel slips something soft through my lips. Bite into it, he urges. Come on, bite into it. Slowly, cautiously, I bite into the plump, soft object. A burst of sweet, tangy juice fills my mouth suddenly with a delightful, long-forgotten taste. Is it real? Is it possible? A tangerine? A real tangerine in the ghetto? In our home? In my mouth? I open my eyes. Motel's joyous smile, his proud look tells me it is real. Holding the tangerine in his hand, Moshi says, "We traded our bread for it at the black market. This will help you get well. You'll see. You'll see." Tears choke me. My darling brothers, they gave up their bread. They will go hungry a whole week for one tangerine. They are waiting for a miracle from one tangerine. I should be angry at them, but they are my miracle. Their devotion is the greatest wonder in this cage. My tears finally break loose. I love you all so much. I take the tangerine, break it into sections, put it on a plate. I will not eat it alone. We'll give Label half. He is sick, and we'll share the rest. We'll have a party. But it's for you, to make you well, they protest. I push the plate aside. We'll share, or I will not eat it. I mean it. We share. I swallow the sweet pieces of the fruit slowly, savoring each drop of the delicious nectar, my heart bursting with love for these 3 beautiful kids, my kids. I must get well. I must get well. Chapter 8. I will find a doctor for you. I will. Our neighbor, Moshi, says one day, his voice determined and angry. You cannot just stay in bed and rot. I won't allow it. I smile sadly. Moshi, Moshi. No wonder they call you Meshhunger Moshi. You are crazy. Where will you find a doctor to look at me? There are very few doctors in the ghetto, and they are too busy to come to the house. Don't you call me Meshug. I am not crazy. I'll find a doctor. You'll see. I'll show them what a Meshhunger Moshi can do. I look at him closely. He is in his 30s, medium height, skinny, pale, with his angry, burning eyes, his clenched fist. He looks like a madman about to fight the world. For a whole week, he does not show up at our house. I wonder if I hurt his feelings. What right do I have to call him crazy? Maybe I am the one who is crazy, waiting for a better tomorrow that may never come for us. Then, one morning, he comes, radiant, excited, shouting, "Get dressed. I am taking you to see a doctor. My Simka will stay with Label. Hurry, hurry, let's go." I stare at him. I cannot walk. How will I get to the doctor? You just get ready and don't ask stupid questions. I am the Meshhugner here, remember? As soon as I am dressed, he picks me up in his arms and carries me out the door into the street. The cool, fresh air feels so invigorating and clean. It has been weeks since I felt fresh air caressing my face, a breeze gently playing with my hair. I feel awkward and embarrassed, being carried through the street like a small child. Moshi, how far are we going? I feel so clumsy and silly. I am too big and too heavy to be carried like a baby. People are staring at us, Moshi. So what? Besides, people in the ghetto are not surprised at anything anymore. You are not the only one who cannot walk. You know, Moshi, you don't have the right nickname. I am glad you are my friend. He smiles, pleased with himself. So where is the doctor's office, Moshi, my friend? Not too far, only a little way more, on Lutomierska Street. Lutomierska? I cry out. You mean on the other side of the ghetto bridge? You were going to carry me all the way there? You can't carry me that far. It's 5 blocks to the bridge, 2 long flights of stairs to the overpass, 2 flights down the other side of the ghetto, 2 more blocks to the doctor's office. Who do you think you are, Samson? What happens if the guard at the bridge is bored today and he feels like having some fun and starts shooting at us to amuse himself? Can you run with me in your arms? Let's go back, Moshi. You cannot make it over the bridge. I rattle on, frantic. Now, you stop all this and be still. You have a short many, Rifkel. You told me I have the right nickname, remember? A Mishnugger can do anything, so stop your blabbering, put your arms around my neck, and be still. You'll make it easier on both of us. I put my arms around his neck, put my head on his shoulder, and whisper softly, "May you be blessed with the strength of Samson today." We make it across the bridge safely. The guard does not pay attention to us. He stands in his booth, playing with his rifle. Moshi's heavy breathing tells me that his strength is giving out, but he keeps on going, taking only short rests. He carries me up 3 flights to the doctor's office and puts me down in a chair with a triumphant look. We made it. See? See what a Meshhugner can do? The small room is crowded with people, most of whom look more like human skeletons than men and women. I feel healthy looking at them. If it were not for this problem with my legs. After a long wait, our turn comes. The doctor, a man in his 50s, looking worn, examines me carefully, asking very few questions. I keep my eyes glued to his face, trying to read the verdict in his expression. Is there hope for me? But all I see in his face is frustration, helplessness, pity. What is wrong with her, doctor? Moshi can't stand the suspense any longer. Can you help her? Can you do something for her? Avoiding my eyes, the doctor looks at Moshi sadly. I wish I could. I wish I could. I know her problem. Malnutrition, vitamin deficiency, loss of calcium in her bones. But the cure I cannot supply. I wish I could help her, and all the others. I feel sorry for the helpless doctor. I feel sorry for Moshi and his wasted effort. I feel sorry for myself.